Hello there everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes roster review. So we have got DarthVektivus here from Sigma Legions. So, nice and simple, let's see what Darth has got. Okay, so first of all, no GLs on the table, okay, so that makes things a little bit simple for me as far as, to be honest, sometimes GLs can be a bit hard to advise on, just for the fact that generally they only need specific things, so yeah, I actually enjoy looking at non-GL rosters at times. So, we've got we've got Gas, so I assume there's 5 first. We've got Darth Revan, we've got JKR, we've got a Malik alongside them both, and no JKL or Executor. Now, the first thing I'm just going to say here is that when the roster review was submitted, the roster review was actually requested by someone called Peak Salary. I've got DarthVektivus here. I hope both names are in sync. But Peak did say to me they were wondering what to do next after completing Gas and the 501st. So when I look at this screen, there are two things that I see that are big gaps. Executor and a GL. So what we can do, we can have a look through what you've got already. And we can just see, one, if you're actually working towards a GL, because obviously there's time between the request for the review and me actually recording this. But also, maybe there is just something that you have got that you may be already working towards. So it's like, let's just see if there are any potential GL progress being made. So before we get to that, let's actually have a look at what stats you've got. So you've got 3.401 million GP. Top 80 is 1.569, top 65 1.392, all look solid numbers there. Fleet GP of 1.383, again, that looks pretty solid. Zetas, you got 42 Zetas and you've got 2 Omicrons, so nice one on the armies, I'll have to look out for them. Gear 13s, you've got 27, again, very nice. 2 Relic 8s, again, very good. I'm actually curious there if 2 of them Relic 8s are for something like General Kenobi and Grandmaster Yoda, perhaps, or maybe Boba Fett and Admiral Piet. So we'll soon see. You got 10 Relic 7s. You've got 0 Relic 6s. I like that. You've got 12 Relic 5s and 3 Relic 4s or below. And finally, speed mods. So you've got 3 25 plus speed mods. Well done on those. 12 20 pluses, 48 15 pluses, and you've got 7 offense mods of 4% or higher and 2 that are over 6%, so very well done on those 2 over 6%. They are hard to do, so congratulations there. So we've had a look at that. What we're going to do, we're going to look through your roster, we're going to go through factions. Just one more thing to point out to people in case they didn't see it. You're in Chromium 2 and GA, so that means you've got to put 4 fleets down. So if I remember to go to fleets, which I do sometimes forget, I will have a look and just see how your fleets are looking. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, interesting progress. So JMK does seem to be the route you're going towards. So I will come back, I will have a closer look at your factions, but for now, let's just do what I always do, we'll go faction by faction. We're going to do it in reverse like I have in the past, just for a little giggle. So we'll start at the bottom. And that's a nice thing to see down here. So you've already got your cat, I assume that may have played a part in going for JMK. So 308 speed, teeny weeny bit slow, if I'm being honest. Maybe you don't need her that fast right now if she's in a Padme team. But still, 308 and a JMK team will be slow, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, Relic 5, I believe that is. The Relic icon does hide it a little bit, but yeah, congratulations. Okay, so we're going to move along. Yeah, I've got Tuscans. I always look just in case someone surprises me. Okay, Sith Empire. We got Relic 7, Relic 5, solid Relic numbers. Let's see, DR 297, your Malik 129, 202, 106. That isn't great if I'm going to be a little honest. I feel like the protection there is too low for considering you've got a low speed and low tenacity. The health is very high as well. Yeah, I'm just looking here, so 8.5. 23.5, 23.5, 24% there, 24% there. Okay, It's the weird thing, right? Looking at these, on paper, they aren't bad, but I think the thing you're struggling with is the mod set. You've got 6 health mods here, which altogether boost the health pool. So the protection's not getting a boost, you aren't getting a speed boost via speed mod sets, and you don't really need tenacity if you're using Malak in a Darth Revan team. If you use him as a solo, then yeah, fair enough, you need a bit of tenacity. But if you're using him with the team, then yeah, that mod set isn't needed, well, that mod primary isn't needed. So, on paper, just looking at those mods, I would say they're lacking speed. You know, if we're being honest, that triangle, really, I wouldn't say you need. I think that really isn't a great mod overall, just for the lack of speed. But in general, it's not bad. But I look here and I think 24% protection, you're on the right path, because you've got your primaries right for the most part. I mean, I know it's only a small jump, half a percentage, but when you consider that if you were to do health primaries, which I was a bit concerned you might have done, it's only a jump up to 16%, then, you know, it's kind of worth doing the roll. But yeah, you got the right protection primaries, let's say that. I just feel you need more well, I feel if anything you're going to need to roll them to 60 just so that the actual protection is really taking effect, but again, I'm just looking, and 129 just does seem low. I don't know if I'm just confusing myself as much as anything here, but looking at your stats, they all just seem a little underwhelming. Yeah. I'm a little confused how to advise you here, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, you don't necessarily... I would advise to make him quick. I would actually swap the tenacity out for speed if you're using him in a Darth Revan team. Just for the fact that if you can get him faster than Bastila, it means it effectively gives you a pre-taunting tank. But, yeah, I'm a little... I think what's throwing me as well, right, you've got Relic 7 on Revan, but not on Malak. And arguably, I would swap those two around. Malak really benefits from the mastery and the actual stat bumps the relics give. You know, he benefits from those. Whereas, I'm not saying Darth Revan doesn't, but there's a point when Revan is just there to sort of create the team, or make the team go. You know, essentially, he's there to get his insanity out, land debuffs. He is essentially... He's less than an attacker and more of a support. You don't need to give him relics for the damage as much as you just need to give him relics. Or even if you go into relic 1, you could possibly just leave him there, but it's not worth leaving at relic 1. But the whole point of getting him to relics really is just for the speed. And I would say your speed here is a little slow as well. I mean, 300 really for a Darth Revan is minimum. And I'm guilty, I'll be honest. I've got Darth Revan quite recently on my main account, and mine's below 300. So again, I'm not pointing fingers in the sense I'm as guilty as you here. But yeah, I look at it and I think we both need faster Darth Revans. You know I need to get mine over 300 at minimum. So yeah, I'm giving you the same advice I'm telling myself. Could do again over that mark. You know, when you think about it, that's rolling that mod. And let's see, I wouldn't do that one. You could possibly get a roll on that. That's not the worst odds. Got all of them there. I wouldn't really roll that. That'd be taking a gamble. I mean, let me just see which was that. That was 17, that's 13. So yeah, your 17's way worth a gamble. And 15, that's probably worth a little shot as well. So the fact that you've got 6 D mods on does suggest you know that this is an issue. Well, maybe not an issue, but something to work on. But still, yeah, your Sith Empire's a bit out of sync, I'd say. Yeah, 265, just a bit slower. Again, you could just do rolling mods, just seeing if you can get her a bit quicker. I mean, again, mine really needs work. I think I've got a crit damage set on her. So, before next GA lock-in, I need to tweak her. But, yeah, I think that's what you just essentially need here. You need a bit of a retweak for your mods, because Malak, if in a Sith Empire team anyway, if we're talking just that, not thinking about solos, you need protection on him, a bit of speed, try and get him faster than Bastila, but still try and make them both fast. And then, essentially for Malak, you just want a bit of offense besides those two. Just for the simple fact he does a lot of damage despite being a tank. And when it comes to Revan and Bastila, they just need speed. Just try and make us Revan as fast as you can get. Bastila just below Revan and Malak. So, yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do or to balance, but it is possible. Alright, I'm going to move on. I feel like I've been talking 12 minutes nearly, and I've spent a lot of that on just Sith Empire. Let's have a look at Vader. It's Relic 7. Okay, we've got offense and potency. That's what I like. We've got speed, potency. Speed, offense, potency. Be very nice if you could roll that a couple of times, but I recognise that might be asking a lot. Especially because even if you got 4 or 5 rolls, that probably wouldn't get to 6%, but still, it would be nice. Ooh, that's your 6%, very nice. A little bit of speed, a little bit of crit chance, very nice that. Very nice. Shame about the speed being 11, but still, I can understand why you'd roll that. Crit damage, touch of speed, not the best mod overall, but you've got the right idea, I'd say. And I would argue you could possibly go for offense, an offense primary. So that'd be the only thing I'd be pointing at it, but yeah, if you're going for an offense build, go for an offense primary. If you're going for a crit damage build, go for a crit damage primary. That's the way I always think about it. The only exception I've had for that is SLKR, and that's just because I like making his physical damage high, but I also recognise he will crit. So maybe there is an argument there. But still, I tend to try and double down on what I'm modding for, so yeah, maybe I'm just confusing myself here. Alright, speed and health, alright. Yeah, that's about all I'm seeing here for him, unfortunately. Yeah, crit chance, but he doesn't really need that now. Offense, speed, offense, very low numbers, but it's alright. Okay, what are your totals, by the way? 221 speed, and we're just 80% potency and 8,611 damage. Okay, that's solid. That damage number is solid. I'm trying to think. 9 to 10k is a good goal with the really great offense on him. So 8,600 is good if this is not your best mods. So yeah, by all means, very nice there, very nice. Alright, we've looked at most of these, so let's just move along. Let's go up to your Seppies. Alright, your Grievous. I say it every time, goal is 150. I am doubting you've got that. Yeah, 115. Okay, it's pretty simple why. I'm just looking and it's like health, crit damage, health, health. So you've got the right mod primaries, so you're on the right path. You just need to take some time and roll them. They all need to be 16 minimum. So once you've got that, I suspect you could get close, if not to 150k health. Make sure you keep the crit damage primary on, because that will be beneficial at Relic 7. Also, I haven't looked at your fleets, but if you've got Malevolence, you'll want him 6E just to make the ship better, so keep that in mind as well. One benefit of General Grievous, and I'm just going to quickly skim through your mods. You don't need speed, and I'm not seeing a lot here, so we've got 10 there, and we've got 8 there. So yeah, you haven't modded for speed. I think that's an alright way to go. When you think, he gains 2 meter via target locks, 2%, so there's a lot of target locks flown around in the droid team, so he gains 2 meter quite quick. Speed doesn't hurt, but you don't necessarily need to mod for it. So it's like I've just been talking in my guild chat, and someone just got a 25 speed mod. Someone said, oh, that'll be great on Grievous, and I'm like, is it? I mean, it's like, say this right, bits of speed are nice, and say like here you've got little speed on any of them, then maybe a 25 is good in this scenario in the sense that, you know, it'll just make him a bit quicker, but it'll keep the health up and all that. But you don't need him fast, so how you've got it, just roll him, you should be good. Alright, Django, Relic 7, so you're making good solid progress on JMK, I've got to say that. Notorious Reputation, great Zeta, don't sleep on it. Half the reason it's a great GA Zeta is the simple fact that people really don't like having to deal with Django when he can one-shot someone and essentially get everything back for himself. So yeah, don't sleep on that one. Speed and crit chance, I don't really buy those as mod sets. 251 speed, yeah, I think that's all a bit low. yeah, I've said it before about Relic 7s. They are now the third highest Relic investment you can do in the game. So try and mod a bit more appropriately for your Relic 7s. I know it's not always the case. I've probably got 1 or 2 Relic 7s myself that I've slept on. But when you can, just try and give them some good mods, because honestly, you feed good mods into a Relic 7, and even if it's someone like Rose Tico, chances are they will at least give you something back for the investment. Alright, maybe not Rose, but you get the idea. So, after that we got B1 at Relic 5. Offense and potency, I'm liking it. 211 speed, just shy of 100% potency. You know, I'll let you off at 11 as it were. Damage nearly 9k, that is very nice, very, very nice. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to be curious if you've got BB-8, because if you've got BB, you've got the makings of a very nice droid team. B2 is missing there though, you really need to get B2 higher. I can tell you're on your JMK farm, so I know that that might be a hard one to take a pit stop over. But honestly, if you've got a second to just give those gear pieces to him, boy, it's worth it. Because it gets to the point where Droidka isn't in the team, and you run GG, B1, B2, IG, and BB-8. I mean, you've already got option of putting Newt in there. Newt would die very easily, how he is. You could do the same with Watt. Watt would die very comfortably. Oh, we didn't touch on that with your JMK farm as well. Okay, so it's hard for me to work out what you've got. I mean, for all I know, you've earned Watt shards in the past 24 hours and just haven't upgraded. But yeah, that's a little bit awkward. Hopefully, by the time you've got the rest of your JMK requirements done, you'll be owning the 7-star Watt Tambor. Because, again, I'm assuming that when you started a lot of this, or a lot of the JMK stuff, was when you asked me what do you think I should go for. And you've really ploughed on really good. I mean, you've got some great early relics for the JMK stuff. I mean, I only just did Magna, and I've been thinking about JMK since May last year. So, yeah, to just essentially go and get it, you've done brilliant. I just know from personal experience, getting Watt done can be a big hurdle. I mean, yeah, I don't know if you're on 1 out of 100 or if you're on 99 out of 100. But hopefully you get it done quick. Alright, I'm moving up a bit, moving up. Scoundrels. Alright, you got your Relic 5 CAD as well. You have made some good progress. I'll keep repeating it just because, I'll be honest, why not? I think people who make good progress on GLs deserve praise. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking at CAD, I don't really need to look at him, but what I will say... Well, okay. I'll say it now, just for future reference. 6E, take his mods to 6E, even if the garbage 6E mods. Simple reason, Xanadu blood. Even if you haven't got Xanadu as a priority ship right now, eventually you will, and just getting good, not good mods on him, but good quality mods on him, i.e. the level of mod, that will really benefit the ship in the long run. Ooh, you've only got Bo at 6-star as well, so okay, I'm glad I just took a pause there. Yeah, you're going to get Bo up to 7 as well. She's probably holding you up a little bit. Alright. Resistance. Okay, no Ray Jedi training. Your BB's only 5-star, which gives me a hint at what your first order's like. And a lot of these look like they've come out of the Hyperdrive bundle, so I think that leaves me in an okay place to say move along. Your Rebels. So, well done on your 3PO. 3PO I always think is a very useful toon to have, so well done on having him. CLS, a little bit of a shame you've got very little gear and Zetas on him. I mean, again, my alt account Crimson, you know, that's not got a great CLS, and my baby account hasn't got one, but I kind of wish both had got better ones, because he's a great toon. So yeah, I know you're in your JMK farm, I'm going to repeat that, but if you just get to a point where you're waiting on Watt or you're waiting on Bo, maybe this is something you could just give a bit of attention to. Alright, Old Republic should be okay. Yeah, we're looking pretty solid there. Night Sisters, pretty much straight out the Hyperdrive bundle pack. Let's move along to Mandos. Again, pretty much what you'd expect. Nice to see the Mandalorian get a bit of love though, to 6-star. I'm curious how the rest of your... Actually, I will go back to Scoundrels just for a second. because I didn't really look for BAM progress. So let's have a closer look. You've got Grief at 7, you've got Mando at 6, Cara at 6, IG at 5, Queel at 4. So Queel's the one holding you up. Yeah, a little bit of a shame that, because Queel and IG are actually two of the easier farms, as far as Queel gets you the TIE Bomber as well, so even though his energy isn't great, he's still a good double farm. I really wish I'd been able to do that from the start, to be honest. And IG-11, such a low energy node, a bit Mandalorian's low energy as well, so they're both quite easy to get shards for. So I know that might just be like a side project for you, not putting it in every day, but you're doing a bit here and there. But still, if you can get those two up quick, you've probably got a BAM on the cards. Alright, I'm going to move back to Jedi, because I think we saw pretty much everything in Mandalorians. So you got your Shakti at Relic 7, congratulations on that. You've got speed and health mods, 87k nearly health, 315 speed. You're looking reasonably good for the cam mission. You would need a crit avoidance arrow with some speed to be optimal, I believe. You'd also need a health primary arrow. Again, I'm looking specifically for the cam mission here. But yeah, in general, you know, if you're talking normal PvP, you're looking quite good. I mean, roll that mod, you get 317 speed, so again, pretty good Shakti. Your gas, how's your gas looking? Offense and health mods, you got 127k protection, 9,000 damage. Whew, that should hit pretty nice. Yeah, you've piqued my interest a bit there. You've gone for protection, speed with double offense. Alright, that's quite interesting. Yeah, me personally, I'd be going for offense or crit damage, maybe defense mods, but yeah, I think I've even got potency mods on my main account, so I wouldn't really say there's a set mod set for gas. I tend to try and just make him chunky, because even though he's classed as an attacker, he's become a bit of a faux tank in JML teams. And yeah, this is a JML arena team, but I look at him and I think, I make him tanky so that if he's taking a hit for me, I know he'll survive. You haven't got that problem, or at least you haven't got that problem yet. In a 5-1st team, you probably have, it will benefit you to have a bit more protection, because the way I see it, he's going to be taking hits. But 127k isn't bad or anything. I'm just saying, if you can improve it, you know, like say one of these mods, you find one that looks better, by all means. But by no means is this bad. I mean, I look there, I think, okay, speed could be a bit higher if we're being brutally honest. I mean, this is where I'm saying, say you got a 6% offense and 10 speed, then yeah, change it. But yeah, you're looking at it, you're thinking, it is not bad. You've got 23 speed there. 15, bit of offense, speed, double offense. Again, if you could roll that and get 6%. Whoo. So yeah, you've got a lot of nice stuff there. You've got a nice double protection pair there. So there's a lot of good secondary work there. I think I just have multiple builds in my mind with Gas, because he's such a multiply used toon. He's got multiple teams essentially, and the 501st, you obviously want him to stand up for as long as you can so that he'll survive. I mean, if you're using him against non-GLs, that's the aim anyway. When it comes to GLs, probably offense is better anyway, just because, say you take him in versus Ray'll just whirlwind him anyway. But as far as, say, take General Grievous for instance, he would survive longer the more protection he has. So yeah, just little things like that. But yeah, when you take him out the 501st, obviously you don't need the protection as much, but unless it's someone like JML where the AI is kind of hard-coded to go for him. So yeah, he's a very weird toon as General Skywalker. I like him, I've enjoyed using him, but bugger me if I actually know the best way to mod him, because it depends pretty much on what use you've got for him every round. You need like 3 different types of builds for him. Alright, hang on, let's just check here. I did neglect a few of your toons then. Let's have a look at your General Kenobi. Sorry, I think Skywalker then maybe won't move on. Okay, lot of protection. That's a lot of protection. Are you using him with Padme? No. Well, I'm saying that Padme could be on the other screen. Let's go there. I don't know why I was doubting it. You must have had a Padme to get gas. So, yeah, two ways of looking at that. If you're using General Kenobi in a Qui-Gon Jinn team right now, which with the Omicron I assume you might, then yeah, Kenobi makes sense with protection just to try and beef him up before Qui-Gon dies. But yeah, if it's just because you want to use him... Well, if using him in a Jedi team, protection isn't bad, but if you want to use him in a Padme team, you probably hurt yourself a bit there because there's not a lot of balance between the two stats. Especially if you go for JMK, you'll want health on him then. So, one to keep an eye on there. If you look at Yoda, 241... just shy of 11.5 damage, so that's okay. At Relic 8, I suppose you could get a bit higher, but again, if it's not a priority, I get it. Crit damage, offense. This is where I was saying it before. You could probably afford to put an offense primary on there to boost the offense number, because think if you got the offense primary there and it wasn't even 6E, it's still more offense. I mean, we're looking at 8.5 here, but we're looking at 5.88 there, so 5.88 is more than just the 59 you've got there. So yeah, just little bits that would bump your number up. Qui-Gon. Not Qui-Gon, I'm going to go to Qui-Gon. Yeah, 257 speed, but not a lot of damage. Assuming you're using a Qui-Gon nuke, I would assume you'd need better mods than this. Simply because that does not seem a high number to me. If you got him up to, say, 8-9k, then that might be better. But, again, I might be asking a lot of your roster here. I mean, we saw you got a nice number of offense mods. That's where I'm thinking, can you stretch them out a bit? Like for that, for instance, you've got a nice double offense there, and plus you've got the health primary for a Padme team. So, potentially that could do something. But equally, if you had an offense set here, and you went for an offense primary with health secondaries, the health secondaries will cover a use in a Padme team if you needed that, but also it would give you the offense if you wanted to just use him in a nuke. So that's the way I'd be looking at it. It does seem like your mods here just need a bit of work though, because speed isn't needed and it's a waste of a mod set. Qui-Gon, I keep saying Qui-Gon. You know what, JK, I'll be back to you in a second. Let's go to Qui-Gon. Alright, 268 speed, alright, and not a lot of physical offense again. So, another thing just to keep in mind, because this is how I'm remembering it. Agility training while in Grand Arena. So, if there are no GLs and all allies are Jedi, all other allies, note that, all other allies, instead gain offense equal to 30 times their speed. So, you don't need to mod Qui-Gon to be fast. You can have him as slow as you want, because to be honest, he doesn't really need to take a turn. You just need offense. So, offense sets, offense primaries. And to be honest, even if you take him up to Relic 8 or 9, get offense primaries on him. It doesn't really matter if he's got no health. You want him to die. You want him to die. And then, as the leadership says, when he's defeated, all allies recover all the health and protection and gain 400% of Qui-Gon Jinn's offense for 2 turns. So, simply put, the bigger this number, and the bigger this number are, the more hard your Anakin will hit on the AoE. So yeah, that's the way I'm looking at it. I would honestly consider just sacrificing speed and survivability just to make those 2 numbers bigger. So I've got mine on Crimson to Relic 3 the other day. I haven't had a chance to remod, but that is going to be one of my priorities, just flooding with offense. Ayla. Okay, got potency and health. Okay, so these are the 2 stats you really want to look at. You want as close to 100% potency on her as you can, and as close to 100% crit chance on her as you can get. She doesn't need to be that quick. so you don't need to worry too much about speed. It is nice, but yeah, and I know you might, just based on these mods, I'm trying to read your mind a bit via mods and go, hang on, she's not a priority, she's a relic. You know, I know it might seem like, oh yeah, but she's just a requirement. You can make use of requirements. I mean, I think this is the whole point of Omicrons, to give these toons a second life. And if there's one toon that I didn't think was bad before the Omicrons came out, it was Ayla. You know, she's got a nice little kit in here. I mean, Inspiring Strike, she can call allies to assist. She was actually one of the first toons that came to mind with JKR when he first came out. Yeah, you got health recovery, and this is the one that I'm thinking about. She gains critical chance, counter damage. I think she's the only one in the game who has extra counter damage. And in addition, this is the key thing, she stuns a target for 1 turn whenever she critically hits. So, key things to note there. She isn't a guarantee to crit, so you've got to load her a crit chance to make sure she crits. It doesn't matter about the damage, you just need to make sure she crits. And then after that, potency, to actually make sure she lands it, because it isn't unresistible. So, yeah, but, and it's a big but, well, maybe not, but she is actually quite annoying. If you put her in a Padme team, if you put her in a Quiegon Jinn team, even a JKR team, she'll be attacking at a turn a lot, and whenever she's attacking at a turn, she'll be having that chance to stun. So I just do not sleep on it. If she crits, she's got a good chance to stun, and if she stuns, your opponent isn't taking a turn. So it's as simple as that. So I'm going to ignore Mace the Great. All he needs is to tank a few shots for you in GA. Jawas. Nope. Alright. Jacko, I think you were the last one I saw with Jawas. Troopers. Okay. Straight out of the Hyperdrive bundle, we shall move along. Geonosians. All Gear 12, all Watch Shards. Nicely done. Let's move along. Galactic Republic. So, well done on getting your clones up to Relic 7 for the ones you need anyway. Rex is okay at 5. Yeah, let's have a quick look at Padme first, and then I'll come round to the clones. So, all health set, you've got 69k health, which is a teeny weeny bit low, I think, for a Relic 5, especially with low speed. What have you loaded her with? Crit avoidance, protection, defense, protection. Okay, that's a build I've not seen before. I have heard people in the past say that you can do a defense modded Padme, but that isn't exactly defense, that's protection. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe this is just a case of slapping some mods onto her, because I'm looking, crit avoidance isn't a bad shout for her. Does she gain that there? No, but yeah, I'm not even sure crit avoidance would work for her now I think about it. I mean, she doesn't have anything that... Yeah, there we go. While they have... they all have 50% max health, and while they have protection up, they resist all debuffs and can't be critically hit. So, crit avoidance is a bit moot when protection up makes her unable to be crit. So yeah, that is a bit moot. Yeah, and you want health primaries anyway. Remember, protection up, it's based on health. So they take a percentage of the health or the max health and convert it into protection up. So the more health you've got, the higher the amount of protection up you'll gain. So I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, you've got more health than protection. That's the wrong way around. You really need it to be more the other way. So 85k health, 69k protection. The speed isn't worse there. I mean, you could make her a touch faster, but honestly, you can have slow Padme builds. They've been used to beat Darth Revan's. I wouldn't really advise it, but it is possible. You know, it's not the worst way to mod her. I suppose the issue you've got right now is that you've lost JK to Quiegon, and she hasn't really got a team until JMK is ready. So I could understand if maybe you've just slapped some mods onto her, you've said, alright, I'll just make do with what I've got. But still, you can make a team out of it. You know, it could be some really cruddy backwall team in GA, but well, I say that, it could also be a good offensive team that you know you can control to get a win. But to do that, you will need the right mods. So, yeah, maybe worth tweaking her a bit. Alright, let's have a quick look at your clones then. So we've got 5s. Okay, that looks like an okay balance between health and protection. Not a lot of speed. Not the biggest amount of damage. 24 offense, defense, health. Health, speed, health. Try and think what gets shared. So health, speed. I don't think tenacity gets shared, does it? No, it's max health, max protection, speed, and offense. So, okay, protection, speed, offense, and protection, speed, offense. So there's some nice things in this. Protection, health, protection. So that's a great mod for him. That's great modding. It is 5s is a very tricky one to build because you essentially need 4 stats on him at all times. You need health, offense, speed, and protection. And when you take the primaries into account, it can be very tricky modding him. So, yeah, I'm not going to knock that. I think it looks good. All I can say is I've got a guildmate who loved his clones. I'm still trying to build them again after his account got affected by some bug. But, yeah, I look at it and I think... I remember what I used to say, that you could mod 5s forever because there's always some stat you'll want. So, yeah, you make good work here. We'll have a look at Arc. 263. Just over 11k damage. That looks good to me. I want to have a look at your Rex. How's that doing? Ooh, I'm not fancying that. Ooh, saying that. You made me eat my words there. I'm not convinced on the mod set though, I'll be honest. Even though you got over 300, I really think that could be used elsewhere. Simply put, you've probably got a character in your roster who wants a crit damage set, but needs speed as well. They aren't getting it while Rex is. Whereas you could probably afford to find a speed set from someone else who doesn't really need it and put it over here. I mean, I think we were just talking about someone, weren't we, who needs speed, or didn't need speed. Was it, it wasn't Padme, it was Anakin. And granted, the Anakin mods maybe aren't great for Rex. We're talking plus 93, so I wouldn't say they're great. But do you get the idea I'm saying? He would probably benefit from those more. So, yeah, I recognise they have got speed. I'm not neglecting the speed. You've hit your target. It's just... it feels wrong, you know. It's like feeding a vegetarian meat, you know. It's not something you do. So if you could get a speed set on him, that would help. It would help me and my queasiness at seeing crit damage on him. Please. Alright. What else we got? You've got your Cody up to gear 12, so that's looking good. Alright, let's skip along. We've got a rough idea of your first order. Yeah, you got enough to unlock BB-8. So, move along. Your Ewoks, enough to get 3PO. Nicely done. And you've got Chirper Omicron. Alright, so just remember this, because I'm trying to show this in GA as well when I'm doing my offense. Right, the turn order you want Paplu to be your fastest Ewok. So, even if we're talking Paplu's 150 and Alder, who's the slowest, is 100. You know, we're not talking God mods, we're just talking speed. Make sure Paplu's the fastest. Then, you want Chirper, Logray, Wicket, Alder. That's the turn order. Paplu, Chirper, Logray, Wicket, Alder. It's the idea that Paplu does this move, Galvanize. He does that onto Logray. And then usually there's a bit of a coin toss if it's Chirper or Logray who goes next. If it's Logray, you do the Daze move. If it's Chirper, you do the Mass Attack. Wicket then follows up after either of them with the AoE. And then eventually Alder takes a turn, and you should have enough TM in your team then to go again. So Paplu can then gain a taunt. That is the way it should go. You've got the Omicron as well, so you're going to gain plus 30 speed. What is your Paplu speed right now? 156, so 186 plus 25%. I'm not calculating that offhand, but you've not really got the right mods on anyway, offense and potency. The simple reason I bring all this up, right? I know you've probably just thrown that on him because it'll make him a bit trickier on defense to beat. But if we're going to be brutally honest, those Ewoks are pretty easy to beat on defense, even with an Omicron. Yeah, I'm not just talking about the speeds on the mods, but I'm talking about the gear. If you got, say, a Relic Nest, it would still beat it, because even though they're guaranteed to take assists, even though there's a bit more damage, if I recall correctly, on basic attacks, even though there's the extra speed, Nest will still, well, a Tenacious Nest anyway, will still get out and cause some damage because there's so many buffs going on in that team. So, yeah, I'm just trying to think, what can you do to make that team better? And not everyone wants to do what I've done on Crimson and take them to Relic, I get that. But I still think, what can you do to make the most of the Omicron? And for me, that's just modding them correctly, so that maybe there's something that's can be beaten with them on offense. Alright, Empire. So yeah, we've seen a fair chunk of this. Thrawn at gear 12. 242. Yeah, I've got another sin of my own here. You want to make him a little bit quicker, so we're looking at gear 12 about 280. So quite a big chunk there missing. You've got the right speed arrow at least. They've all got a touch of speed on them. You could just do with trying to roll one or two. But yeah, could do again up to 280 or thereabouts. But yeah, nothing much more to add there. Clone Troopers, we've had a look at these. Thought I'd just have another look. Bounty Hunters, we're pretty much at the end here. Yeah, shame Bosk is so low. Well, give your Bosk some love. He's a good tune. You know, I know you got Django with your Seppies probably, or your Mandalorians, and Cad's just chilling somewhere on his own, but give him some friends. He won't complain. Alright, we'll go to 501st, which we've already seen, so we are actually at the end of the list. So yeah, oh, I didn't actually cover your JKR, I forgot to look back at that. What was your speed here? 265, so again, that could be a little quicker as well if we're going to be honest. Again, just roll that. Yeah, that's a little awkward that, because you wouldn't really want to roll that with it only being 5. 8. No, I wouldn't really roll that. Maybe roll that. Yeah, that's worth a roll. So yeah, it was 2 out of the 6 there I'd roll. Well, sorry, 3 out of the 6. So yeah, the triangle and the cross I'd leave. But yeah, just let's have a look at your ships, because I did say I was going to look at them. So actually, let's go from the bottom. Here we go. So you've got Negotiator. Endurance is powered. Well, I wouldn't advise using it, but you've got it powered. Executrix you've got to gear 12, so that's actually quite handy. Chimera is 6-star, but that again is quite handy. And Home 1, yeah, Home 1's a bit behind. I know that feeling, so don't worry about that. What ships have you actually got then? And so you got TIE Advanced. Xanadu's lacking a bit. I'm just trying to think. That means you haven't got Millennium Falcon, have you? Oh no, you got a 5-star. Okay, 5-star Falcon. You've got a 4-star TIE Bomber. 5-star Vulture. Yeah, that might be something to work on in the coming months, because right now you haven't got an Executor counter. And it might not be a case that you need it right now, but you will need it. Because Chromium 2, you're not going to face Executors, or at least by my own experience in that same division, you do not face Executors quite regularly. I've drawn one, and I didn't face it because it was the week we had the book. And let me think, the other one I didn't face even though it was in the bracket, I think. So there are Executors in our division. So you could be up against one, and I know for myself, if I face it, I'm screwed. So I'm being honest, even though you're ranking 6th in Fleet Arena, well done on that, I also know that you could struggle. There is a counter that you've got available. Anakin, Umbaran, TIE Advanced. The fact that you got the Rowlet levels as well will help you there. But that is only really reliable against 6 and 5-star executors and below. If you face a 7-star one, or worse still, a Relic 9, because don't forget, there could be some crazy so-and-so out there who's in Chromium 2 who thinks, I'll Relic 9 my Piet. It's unlikely, but there is a chance. Then, yeah, that wouldn't be enough. So, yeah, I'm thinking you've not got Ebenork. So that's one big ooh-ooh. And the other one is your TFP isn't ready yet. You'd need another... Well, you need Relics, really, to be safe. Gear 12, you can do it with 16 mods. So yeah, you're at least making progress there. What I would say, right, this all depends on how you're getting on with those things I can't see. So I'm talking about Bo-Katan, I'm talking about Wat Tambor, the farms that are in progress but aren't showing what progress. If your Bo-Katan and your Wat Tambor are imminent, so I'm saying the next couple of weeks, well, with what would be, I assume we'd be looking more like the next 6 to 8 weeks. I would say, okay, don't go on a big project, just actually reinforce maybe a smaller team, or just like when I've said, if you've got a minute, just focus on this 2 and just get them a bit bigger. Maybe do that in the next 6 weeks, because I'm assuming in this time as well, you can hoard gear for Bo, you can hoard gear for Wat. You can essentially get it so that when they're at the star level you need them at, they are ready to go straight to Relics. If we assume you do that, and you've got time, you know, and you're still going to just finish those projects off, hang on. Okay, I've just restarted that sentence because Wat Tambor, I'm going to now continue as if you've only got 1 out of 100. So 1 out of 100, even if your guild was getting 50 out of 50 Wat Tambor shards, that would still mean you've got 2 more months to get a Wat Tambor to 7-star. And I'm thinking, what can you do in 2 months? And the simple thing would be to build up another team, because I'm just going back out a minute, but your arena position suggests you've got, I say arena, I mean fleet arena, you're getting, 200 crystals there a day if you're ranking around 6th. If you get higher due to shard mates, you're probably getting up to 400 a day. So with 400 a day, you could possibly get a whole team to Relic in that time. So the question is what to do. Don't forget as well, Chromium does give okay rewards if you're doing well. We'll go to ships, characters, men. I mean, that'd be one I would suggest there, B2. If you could get B2 to Gear 12 in that time, that wouldn't be a bad shout. Well, I'd say Gear 12, Relic would be ideal, just because it gets better stats there. I would certainly give Bosk some attention, because what I was going to suggest to you before I even looked at anything in your roster, I was going to suggest doing Executor, just for the fact that I could see you doing well in Fleet. And I thought, alright, well, if you want to continue doing well in Fleet, you will need an Executor. So that would be the next thing I'd advise, really. If you can get Bosk to Relics, you know, even if you just treated him as the one tune you were going to work on the next 6 weeks while you're waiting for Wat to finish, that'd be one thing I'd suggest, because, you know, Bosk is such a great tank in the game, let alone a bounty hunter tank. So yeah, that might be one I'd suggest, if not B2. I think I would still say B2 ahead, just for the fact that B2's got a team that's already ready around him, whereas Bosk would be just chilling with CAD. But there's a few options for you if we're going to say that. I mean, again, I can tell you're working on BAM, so maybe again that's why you don't want to put anything into Bosk yet. Yeah, I'm a little bit stumped for specific advice, because what I will say, and I'm actually going to wrap up with this thought, right? Your account and my baby account are both in the same GA division, Chromium 2. Your account is much bigger than mine, and I will say this is a compliment, that if I face you, I will be worried, because you've got better tunes, you've got better fleets. I would be worried. So what I can say is, make me more worried, make it so that I want to wave the white flag seeing you. Because, honestly, I am there already. But just compound my misery. And you having JMK will do that. I see JMK, I will wave the white flag. But if we're going to assume it's 2 months off, okay, because again, I'm doing 50 shards a month waiting there. If we're assuming that, then yeah, I'm thinking, in the meantime, get that B2 up to Rallic, just make that droid team annoying. If you were to do that, you've got 2 options then of using the full droid team, or just give BB-8 down here a little bit of love. You don't need him Rallics or anything, just get him to gear 11 and make sure, is it roll with the punches or self-preservation? It's self-preservation. Just make sure this is leveled up, because as you can see here, droid allies gain 8% turn meter for each active droid ally. Essentially, that negates the need for speed in a GG team. So that can really trip people up in GA if they don't know what they're doing. So, especially when you're in Chromium, there's a good chance you could face someone like that. So, that'd be my advice to you. Do not sleep on BB. But yeah, I feel like that's random thoughts. I'm sorry if I haven't been concise enough as far as giving advice. What I can definitely say, though, is you have made fantastic progress going for Jedi Master Kenobi. I mean, again, when did you actually write that roster review request? You wrote that on the 7th of December. So that is, what, 2 and a bit months ago? So if I'm assuming you didn't really have any of these ready at the time, you have made fantastic progress in that time, so well done. Even if you got 1 or 2, that is still fantastic progress, because I haven't been doing a tally of them, but I would assume you've got over half of them done, because I'm only really seeing Watt and Bo miles behind. Cody needed a bit of love if I remember right, but that was about it. Let me just double check what Cody. Yeah, I think it was just Cody who wasn't at the required level, as well as Watt and Bo-Katan. So yeah, I cannot say much more. I've tried to, but yeah, I'm full of praise for you. You've done some great farming. So yeah, just good luck getting Watt done, because I hope you're at 99 out of 100. I know that isn't a nice level position to be at as far as shards, but I hope that's where you are, because it means that you're just literally waiting for the next TB to start and then you're done. But or the next TB to end. But just assume it's the worst, assuming it's 100 waiting. You've got some time in your hands, so make sure you get B2 done. But yeah, let me know, everyone, what you think, because I've been talking now for almost an hour, and I feel like I really need to find a way of cutting these roster reviews down. Not because I don't mind talking, obviously I can talk for England, but yeah, I think there's a point when you guys probably get fed up of listening to me. So let me know what you think, folks. Let you guys do the talking for a change. Tell me in the comments. Peak, Darth, whichever one you prefer. Let me know yourself if you've got any thoughts on what I've said. If there's anything you want to disagree with, just let me know. I'm open to thoughts in comments as always, or on Discord. Remember, guys, if you want to roster review yourself, join my Discord server. The link will be in the description, and simply put, it's because YouTube deletes ally codes. I don't know why, but it does. So if you put it in the comments, I will not be able to do it because YouTube just doesn't like them. So yeah, Discord server. We're friendly. Okay, other than that, folks, hope to catch you around in another video. If not, I'm on Twitch normally Wednesday to Sunday, so hope to catch you there. Other than that, thanks for listening. Bye bye for now.